I love your work. I'm curious how you feel.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. Today, I am your content cop. I like to consider myself a detective in training because I found AB's deleted video. Ooh. What's poppin', everybody? Welcome in. Good to see all the regular schmegulas in chat. Shout out. That's what I was trying to say. It all just kind of fused together, you know. I was in a rush trying to get here because I almost forgot about the costume for today, but we're all good. We're here now, and that's what really matters. We're all friends. We're all family. Let's get into it. Am I right? We got my beautiful black background. It's already all set up. It's me. I have this. This was part of the costume. The original costume, I was Officer Oink, but it's kind of tight on my face, I'm not going to lie, and I don't want lines on my face after a few hours. So we're going to pass on that for now. But to start, we have some Instagram posts as always. Then we're going to look into the Reddit, you know, do a little detective work. And then we will go into the videos of the day, which are the original H3 hit piece by Gokanaru and the response by Star Killa. This is the costume you bought? I'm not surprised. We could do a whole thing together. A-cab, all Cappins are bastards. So true. Content cappin. But, yeah, so let's get into it. We have some Instagram posts to look at first. Oh no. The lighting looks weird right here. Why? Oh. I fixed it a little bit. We're fine. I don't care enough to do any more. Whoever gets bothered by this, haha, I pointed it out. Now it'll be worse. Damn it, I knew I didn't do it right. I was trying to do this without looking at the chat, or without looking at the screen. But there we go. This guy's trying to be the next I Show Speed.
Alright guys, y'all might have seen I Show Speed do it with a...
I forgot there's music on this, can't show it. He's going to do it on a mini bike. He's going to jump over a mini bike his friend's riding. Here, I'll play this music instead again. Just play this. Do you think he's going to make it? He jumped way too late, I gotta be honest. That was kind of on him. Yes, we have the Star Killer response. I don't know how well it's gonna play. We're gonna try our best. I won't lie, I was trying to download it, but I think I'd have to, like, just OBS record it if I really wanted to do that. But hey, maybe if it gets played through this whole time in this stream, someone can just clip it from that, chop it up, cut out my, my reactions. It'll be perfect. Shout out these guys. They're doing a Big Chungus prank at their high school. I was like, wow. Do memes just kind of like funnel down? It's like trickle down economics, but with memes. The next generations just slowly. I know that's not what trickle down economics are, but the next generations just slowly get the memes from the past. I remember one time I went to an abandoned building and someone had spray painted Ugandan knuckles onto the floor.
We're going for the world record largest Big Chungus prank. Recently I was voted as a candidate for the homecoming, and now I'm gonna shout Big Chungus.
He's gonna shout Big Chungus.
I'm gonna shout it both days, Tuesday and Friday, at the assemblies. If you go to our high school and you like Big Chungus, after I shout Big Chungus, you can shout Big Chungus back at me. So not only will we have the largest Big Chungus prank, but also the loudest Big Chungus prank. This could be massive.
Massive.
Thank you for your votes. And thank you for your Big Chungus.
Thank you for your service. See, the little meme at the end, they seem to be self-aware. But that was the last post. I'm waiting for them to actually post the Big Chungus. They said they were doing it Tuesday and Thursday. I don't think that it happened. That was 3 days ago. Maybe they mean next week? I hope so. I have my fingers crossed. Oh, I forgot to still have this pulled up. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. Now, here's a guy. He filled up his tree.
I cream pied my tree. Here's how you do it. You stand there, and then you plug it. What the hell? I cream pied my tree. Here's how you do it. You stand there.
One more time.
And then you plug it. What the hell?
For anybody who's really trying to learn, there you go. I found this. I was really confused. It's from 19 weeks ago by AC Keeble. I am very glad that I got these t-shirts made at last for Nero Zion. 3 magnificent designs that show neurodiversity interwoven with Judaism. One Jewish, one for Jewish people and their allies, and one for non-Jews. It's so amazing that people do not see often enough in both communities how many great things we have achieved together. Well, these t-shirts will be fashion statements with autism shining bright in a Jewish place with a good heart. I am proud to be a magnificent mensch to them. That was the part that really got me. I am proud to be a magnificent mensch to them.
Hello there.
And here, I'll read the shirt real quick. I am autistic, but I am not a Jew. I am a neurodivergent Zionist and a proud friend of Jews. What a guy.
Well, here we are. Now we move on to the next phase of my neurodivergent Zionist business. Here we have the first t-shirts. There's 3 of them, in fact. First, there's this one, which is a reproduction and a new edition of my personalised t-shirts, which I've made exclusively for customers of Neurozion. I'm autistic, but I'm not a Jew. I'm a neurodivergent Zionist and a proud friend of Jews. And then there's this one, for Jews and non-Jews. I could not have one that could work for both ways, for both, me as an ally of the Jews, and of course Jewish people themselves. This one is a play on a quote by famed autism researcher Hans Asperger. It seems that for autism to succeed, a dash of Judaism is essential.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I brought this up. There was just something about it. It really was the magnificent mensch line that spoke to me. But I thought I'd give him a shout out. You know, go buy his merch if you want to be involved. I don't know if you have to be at this neurodivergent event or whatever he was saying he's going to. What did he call it? Neurozion? A little crazy. I'd really like to know what his stance on Gaza really is, though. You think he's critical of the... Here's the thing. I think it would almost be positive for somebody in his placement to kind of be like, we stand against Israel, but for... we stand against the Israeli government, but for Israel. It'd be an interesting dichotomy, you know what I mean? But here's Alex. We could start our own little police force. I do think that Cameron paid a little bit more for his. His does just look a little bit better. I don't know why. Alex's looks good. Ours is definitely the exact same one. It is quite literally the exact same costume. It looks good. I just placed my hat better than yours. You let yours flop too much. I had mine flopping in the beginning, but you really gotta focus on it. I look like I could be on the beat, right? I'm your average beat cop. Asperger, famously Nazi. No, I know. I was very confused by this whole thing. They also look like they don't fit too well. Like, I don't know what the cuts on these shirts are. So that part's also kind of interesting. Now, here's a little theory for you. Here's a little theory for everybody. I want you to take it in. Really try and, sit back and listen. Don't turn away. Don't fear. Be open to the truth.
There are also multiple versions of Trump. Absolutely. People asking me, well, if Trump is part of the alliance, why the heck did he roll out Project Warp Speed, which is the implementation of the vaccine? Well, that was the negative Trump. You have the original Trump, who is operating in a base located in Cheyenne Mountain, and he's always there. And then you have his actor double that looks just like him. That is the Trump that we see in the White House. That is the Trump that we see on the press. And then you have a third Trump who is there in case the double takes taken out. As you know, there's been multiple assassination attempts. Now, the fourth Trump, that is the negative Trump. That is the Trump that was generated by the negative AI, that is already sentient, that is already in control of the world's satellite systems, infrastructures. And that Trump is the one that was pushing Project Warp Speed. The real Trump is actually working with the alliance. So yeah, there are multiple Trumps, just like there are multiple.
Alex would let me off with a warning, but Captain would arrest me right away. I do have to say, I look very coppish in the outfit. That's why when I wore it as a real costume, I had to wear the nose too, so they know that I'm not just trying to be a police officer. Do I have to do that now? Just do that. I think they might know by the hair. This quite literally doesn't fit on my head. How did I do this originally? Okay. This quite literally does not fit on my head. There we go. Damn it, I did it upside down. One sec. What do you guys think of Dark Trump? The real question is, which one is the original? Because you're talking about all these past and present and when they were implemented, what their purposes are as Trump. There we go. Looks pretty good. Have it follow my water line. Almost worked. There we go. We're ready.
Are there also multiple?
There are multiple Trumps. Now we know, though. If anybody's wondering about the multiple Trump theory, now you're aware. God damn it. It's even funnier when I do the soundboard on the wrong thing if I accidentally do it with the bonk first. If I do it in the wrong output, god damn it, I'm doing the wrong output again. There we go. Those are all for me. It's the cop mind. The hat's taken over. It's like the Green Goblin mask. Slowly start morphing. I bought a firefighter costume for a video, but I never made it. You should think of a way to use it for something. It could be interesting, even for just a one-time bit. Set yourself on fire in the fireman's outfit. Boom, win-win. Now instead of fixing my mustache, I'm going to be fixing my nose every few seconds. It's Friday, baby. Fuck. It's Friday, baby. Fuck. Fuck yeah. Fuck. Fuck, baby. It's Friday. Okay, now we have some serious stuff to talk about. I guess I'll talk about the Instagram one first because it's, I guess, a little more... It's like we're transitioning. We're going from Instagram to Reddit. But first, we talk about an Instagram post. Me talking about it makes the transition more harsh. This page apparently used to be an H3 fan page, so you might want to check your follows to make sure you're not following it, because Dan Swordlove and Zach was following it, I think, too. So I saw another person post this. But it's at free_Palestine_fuck_pedo_troll. I'm surprised, was just free Palestine fuck pedo troll taken? Why'd you have to use all the underscores? I guess they really wanted to make the point stand out. But this was apparently a fan page at one point, which is really... It speaks so true that like the biggest snarkers were at one point the biggest fans. And it just really... It's something else, so... I would check your follows just to be safe. Make sure you're not following a snarker today. But to be fair, I guess I don't follow that many fan accounts. If H3 Benadryl turned, or I guess all of the substantive accounts that, you know, come from the original H3 Benadryl. But then I was talking about this. There was another channel that was doing this before. And I think it's necessary to call out. I saw somebody say, oh, don't give it any views, just report it and move on. But I do think it's necessary to talk about it on some level, because this is exactly what the problem is when we talk about Frogan and Denims and people who use copyrighted material just at their leisure. And obviously, Ethan hasn't copyrighted every episode of the podcast, but people doing wholesale re-uploads of episodes of the podcast is just stealing like just stealing intellectual property. Because I feel like I don't want to speak for Ethan, but I do think my stance kind of stems from what he has expressed, which is pretty fair, which is you can make clips of content that you enjoy if you are transforming it and trying to present something specifically from said content. But when you are just wholesale trying to like just republish things for like no views as well, which is kind of crazy. But it's just I don't get it. I don't get what the point of it is either, because there's no way that you think that it's going to like pop off. The Tangent Room. And then this was another one, Velvet Distortion. Benadryl and Producatons better not turn. I'm telling you. But yeah, so there were these two. If you feel so inclined to go report, the options there. And yeah, some of them steal just audios. There was one that I think, because if you steal the videos, it's much easier to detect. But some of them are just stealing like the audio and then, or like cutting out like one specific segment to make it like an hour and a half, stuff like that. Because this one's just re-uploading the whole thing, or it's making it like 2.5 hours. But yeah, Hassan fans are furious. There was a time when Producatons seemed to be turning, but they didn't. Producatons started feeling the dark side. It was speaking to him. It was calling. He almost became a Sith. He could have become a Sith Lord. Here's a little post by Donald Trump. Many thanks to... So this part isn't by Donald Trump. Sorry. Let me preface this by saying this is from a Redditor who said, many thanks to Hassan and company for not encouraging their fans to vote for Kamala. At this point, it doesn't even matter. But Donald J. Trump said, I have a meeting today with Russ Vought. He, of Project 2025 fame. Remember when Trump was like, what's Project 2025? I've never heard of it. Project 2025? Huh? That's a bunch of made up stuff. It's a liberal conspiracy theory, they said on Twitter. But Trump goes on to say, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They are not stupid people. So maybe this is their way of wanting to, quietly and quickly, make America great again. President Donald J. Trump. Trump is such a dumbass. Hot take, I know. That's true, Captain. I think he was having a lot of fun leaning towards Hassan for a second. Yeah, I mean, Hassan's really good for content. You'll see here in just a second. Hassan's amazing for some content. It's like Yeet posting Hassan all the time. It makes sense. But there becomes a point when it's almost a lol cow energy, and I don't approve of what is it called? A-logging? Is that what it's called when you are the person who tries to go after the lol cows? Is that what it is? Something like that. But here's a little take from Hassan. Let's just remember. Hassan on February 27th, discouraging people from voting for the Democrats in midterms, claiming they just want to take donations and don't actually want to do anything. So Hassan, again, just being like, yeah, he's not worth it. Look into the stuff to vote for. Look up all your propositions, read into them. I know it's boring. Some of the stuff is very convoluted. It's annoying to read. They write it in ways to make it confusing on purpose. It's not to make it confusing on purpose. It's to be as direct as possible, which comes off as confusing, but also is just like, it's like absolute descriptors. Trump isn't competent. You can say that again. Holy shit, what did I walk in on? What are you talking about? Don't I look very good? If the lines were gone, the skin tone, I'd almost look like Penelope. Is that the movie? Penelope. That didn't work. Movie. Yeah, the girl with the pig nose. Like Penelope. Wait. I gotta pull it back up. Peter Dinklage was in that movie? I hate the movie Penelope now. I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I stand with the dwarf community in hating Peter Dinklage. He has stolen roles from dwarves for years. He has made it clear that it's improper to hire dwarves and little people into roles that would be beneficial to those actors because he thinks it's degrading to them. While he goes on to be in fucking Elf and play the same role in basically every movie and TV show he's in. He's just angry guy. Angry guy that wants to seem more badass than he is. The Dinkster. Yeah. I hate the Dinkster. I'm just telling you. Look into it. Look into how the dwarf community feels about Peter Dinklage. The guy on screen the captain is looking at. This guy? Did I point the right way? This guy? That's
Why do people keep saying Superman Hassan superhero W?
We also have another one to show off in just a second, but again, here is Hassan on February 27th discouraging people from voting for the Democrats in midterms, claiming they just want to take donations and don't actually want to do anything.
It's great. America is a real democratic country. There's so much democracy. Look at all of our beautiful options. Oh my God, I can't understand how Donald Trump won the election. Oh my God, he's destroying the administrative state. What are the Democrats doing in this process? Oh, just voting for his cabinet picks and not really saying anything about it and kind of showing their bellies, waiting for the opportune moment to farm you for fucking campaign contributions once again, hoping that you
welcome in, Jack C. Thank you for joining. I love not being on Twitter or Reddit because who the fuck is E? E is just a Twitter user that posts a lot of Hassan clips that get reposted on the Reddit. Some interesting stuff. Usually in like a critical lens. Your hate for Peter Dinklage is very funny. It's why I have this ambivalent feeling about the new Toxic Avenger. I want to go see it. I love the Toxic Avenger. It's one of my favorite franchises. I love Lloyd Kaufman. I love trauma films, whatever. But Peter Dinklage? Really? Peter Dinklage? Fuck.
recognize the harm that the Republicans have done and be fearful enough to, expect the Democrats to at least win a majority in the House or the Senate during the midterms so they can obstruct the Republican agenda. Well, there won't be an agenda remaining by the time the midterms come around if Donald Trump keeps bouldering over the administrative state like this anyway. Why are the Democrats doing this? Don't they want to win? No, dude, they don't.
Oh, you were looking at you just saw the guy with the Zionist shirts? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, sorry, that probably was a little jarring to just start on. My bad. Thank you for catching back up. We're now here. You have a hate boner for Jon Favreau? I can see it. I could understand. I'm doing good, Jack. Glad you're in here. Thanks to all the people that have stopped by. The channel grows every day.
Okay? They don't. They don't. They don't. They just want your fucking donations, and they want to maintain the same corporate hegemony. They want to, because they're funded by the same exact corporations that the Republicans are funded by, they want to look like they're marginally better than the Republican Party by saying, hey, you know, we're pro this, we're pro that the Republicans are not in favor of. Hey, we don't want to kill trans people, but also we won't do anything to fucking defend trans people. And maybe we defended trans people too much. We should also kill trans people. We don't. We're better than we're better than the Republican Party. We care about undocumented migrants. This is a nation of immigrants. Also, when we're in charge, we won't do shit about the undocumented migrants. We won't actually push for amnesty or anything. God forbid. Their strategy is quite literally do nothing and expect W's. James Carville openly said this, by the way. The best thing Democrats can do in this moment is to roll over and play dead. That's what James Carville said. Yeah, we stand for nothing. We won't do anything. Yeah. But hey, we're marginally better.
Yeah, you hate Jon Favreau and Chef? Oh, you hate him because of Chef. Interesting. But again, Hassan being a bad activist as always. Sounds like he's talking about himself with the way he talks about ContraPoints. He has like a high level of cognitive dissonance where he doesn't understand the irony of like half of the statements he makes. Because like, I swear, like he says a lot of things that he doesn't realize could be so easily flipped back on himself, either like implicitly or explicitly. Like truly just he really, I don't get it. I don't understand. But this was my new favorite clip of Hassan on why people don't like him.
In many instances, it's just like, I don't like that he has a lot of nice things. Like, f that guy. He must be faking it. He's a grifter. And also, stupid, sexy Hassan. Half the time, it's stupid, sexy Hassan. Why won't he fuck me? Or the other half of the time, it's stupid, sexy Hassan. Why do all the girls like him? That's literally it. Sometimes both. And of course, throw in unlimited illiteracy into the pile, and then you arrive at why people are the way that they are.
Hassan lost all his trans allyship when he called ContraPoints selfish. Pisses me off so much to hear him use us for woke points. I find Hassan's like forms of activism so like, and I guess that's what I mean by like the cognitive dissonance, because it truly is just like on every level he thinks of himself as this like arbiter of truth and like a true altruist, when he is a complete like he acts in complete opposition to the like values he claims to hold, and it is so odd, like at every step of the way. And for some reason his fan base is just cool with it. But now we have, just so everyone can remember,
why do people keep saying Superman Hassan superhero W?
And I've decided to add
stupid, sexy Hassan. Why do all the girls like him?
And
stupid, sexy Hassan. Why won't he fuck me?
Some pretty good ones. Does he like? Oh, why does everybody keep saying I'm so hot? Oh, you fucking, oh, he's so sexy. Oh, what the fuck? Why do people keep saying that? I think he does it on purpose, then just acts clueless because he really doesn't respect his fans. Yeah, and it is narcissistic. I think that is very true. He doesn't respect anyone. He likes to use anyone or any group of people for his own purposes, then cast them aside when it isn't helpful to him anymore. Yeah, and then just hope that at least a few of the like people that had like crossed over kind of ignore the grift. You know what I mean? They go, oh well, he said that he believed in it at one point, so who cares about him completely changing gears? Oh my god, super sexy Hassan. I can't even say it.
Stupid sexy Hassan, why won't he f me?
Stupid sexy Hassan, that's it, sorry. I got it with Superman mixed up.
Why do people keep saying Superman Hassan superhero W?
Hassan wants to fuck himself. I'm telling you, he loves looking in the mirror. He loves fucking while looking in the mirror. It's his favorite thing to do. He is American Psycho coded. But that was the last thing we have from the Reddit. And before we get started, sorry, this isn't a striptease, but we have to read Garfield. I have a Garfield creepypasta we need to read. Had to show off the Garfield shirt real quick for the one time. I swear, this shirt wasn't as tight when I first got it, but now it feels like I could literally like rip out of it. It's definitely a one-size-fits-all type of thing. Urgh. No, I couldn't. It's got a little bit of wiggle room. It honestly fits like perfect. It's a little bit riding on the shoulders, but it's like, as long as this button's undone, I think we're good. Where's the music? Oh, sorry. Let me turn on the music real quick. Turn on some spooky. Oh, I forgot. I don't really have that many other spookies on here. Let me just pull from YouTube real quick what they have there. Their free stuff. Elmo's World. Oh, sorry, completely wrong mood. Let's just look up spooky. Here we go. This one should be kind of short. Let's hope this doesn't turn up more. So this is, for those who are unaware, Garfield and Friends, lost internship recreation for unreal estate. You may not believe it, but here is how it happened. God damn it, the music is too loud. I knew it. Today, I was at Walmart with my parents, and I looked into the DVD section and came across a Garfield DVD. The DVD cover said, Garfield and Friends, lost internship recreation for unreal estate. That's weird, I thought to myself. I never saw the episode recreated before, but I bought it anyways. A few minutes later, we were at our home. Mom said that they were going back to Walmart to get me some plushies. This gave me plenty of time for me to watch the DVD. I put the DVD in the DVD player and I pressed play on the DVD player. And it started the DVD opening. But when I saw the DVD opening, I saw normal.exe killing Garfield. Sorry, I saw normal.exe killing Garfield. Here's the representation. Flash warning, sorry. Trigger warning. Scary stuff. The audio was the FNAF scream sound effect. It then took me to the DVD menu. The menu had the options play original episode, behind the scenes, and special features. I clicked on play and the episode recreation started. Sorry, I thought it was recreation. I wasn't reading it. It's recreation. My bad. The title card was normal, but then it flashed to red and Garfield appeared. Not Garfield! No! Anything but Garfield! The episode started normally, but in the part where Garfield was watching TV, he didn't watch the Dick Clark channel like in the original episode. He was instead watching Sonic EXE. Sorry, the next song's about to start. Need to give it a sec. Let it get started. Oh, that one's a little more. There we go. Perfect. Sorry. Need to have the right ambiance for this. It's terrifying. And then I noticed that the picture backgrounds had changed. At the part where Garfield was about to eat this alphabetical sandwich. Yes, the stuff were floating like the original episode, but Normal.exe, Lord.exe, and Jeff the Killer appeared on screen. Then Garfield and Odie started running into the empty room. But then, when Odie opened the door, creepy Jack-in-the-Box music started playing. Slendy Bob appeared behind Garfield and Odie out of nowhere. Odie yelped and Garfield looked behind him and wished that he hadn't looked. I wonder if he got turned to stone like in the Bible. He got turned to a block of salt like in the Bible. And then Garfield and Odie started running upstairs crying to John. Then he asked what was going on here. And then Garfield said, "I think that should be self-explanatory." And then Lord.exe appeared with a knife. For anyone who doesn't know, Lord.exe is the Sonic character. And then it cut to the room door, and we hear John, Garfield, and Odie screaming in pain while Lord.exe continued killing them. And then the closing credits were there, except it was red, and Garfield, John, and Odie still dead in the credits, while that creepy Jack-in-the-Box music continued going on. And then the film Roman Productions logo appeared with a red effect too. And then it took me back to the DVD menu. Crap! What did I just watch? My parents came back home with the plushies, and I showed them the DVD. I took screenshots of the episode recreation, and my parents took the DVD and sold it on eBay. And thank God they did that. I hope that I never see another DVD like that again. Be careful the next time you buy a Garfield recreation DVD. Not anything but Slendy Bob. No! It's the Adventures of Creepypasta. Look, they got Squidward. They got Squidward with bleeding, hyper-realistic eyes. The story wasn't scary enough. It didn't have enough hyper-realism. Spooky. Spooky ooky. But there we go. That was it. That was the creepypasta of the day. Don't worry, they will get more terrifying, more horrifying as we continue. I actually do have some that I actually liked when I was a kid. There were a few when I was a child that were actually just well-written stories that I'd like to narrate for you. So we'll get to those at some point. But yes, thank you so much. Let's continue on. It is time. Oh, I have one other video to watch. A video by HungerFF. HungerFF addresses the controversy surrounding H3. This was interesting. So I didn't even know HungerFF had a YouTube channel, so I subscribed. That literally looks like it might be it looks like he's in a Speedo, maybe. It looks like a naked photo. I was concerned. But this is HungerFF addresses the controversy surrounding H3.
Feel about having such a massive audience and being viewed by so many. How the whole H3 situation affected you only if you're down to discuss it. And do you have any goals that you're excited about? Sex worker, much this comes from Kinky Milky Man. Okay, so I actually reached out to her before I answer this question, because I wanted to get clarification as far as what exactly the controversy was. And I'll just kind of briefly discuss my experience on H3. It was really positive. I had a really great time on H3. They treated Ethan and the rest of the team have treated me incredibly kindly. Zach, amazing. I kind of it wasn't my fault really, because nobody gave me any guidance on that show as far as what I should wear, what I shouldn't wear, what is allowed, what isn't allowed. They just said, hey, come on our show, blah, blah, blah. So I was like really excited, but then I like wore this shirt. And so like I had to flip it inside out. And that was kind of like my first kind of like slap on the wrist. But it wasn't like nobody gave me a warning about what I was and wasn't allowed to wear. So I just figured, I mean, I don't know YouTube. So like, I was like, I'm just going to roll with it and like get.
You know, I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, I don't think we're just not going to talk about it.
Some self promo on it.
Don't address it and we won't have to worry about it.
Which ended up having to be flipped inside out. Big controversy there. Second time I went, I had my prolapse dildo sitting out. But the whole thing was like literally about doing.
The sound is weird. Weird how? Refresh the stream, and if that doesn't fix it, how is it weird?
About my prolapse dildo. So like, I didn't think it was weird to have like all four sizes like sitting out, being like, you know, it's people to see. It didn't seem weird to me. And then they asked me to put them away, so I instantly did. I'm always super compliant and grateful for the chance to be on the show. And then what they didn't realize at the time, also, because I don't fucking have YouTube or know the rules, my artwork all over my house is done by an artist named Nikki Charles. Nikki's amazing. He's a beautiful, beautiful guy.
It does sound like he has some kind of weird compression on his voice.
Amazing artist. But he does a lot of dicks and a lot of buttholes. And so when I moved into this house, I was like, my ex-boyfriend had it at our old house set up very much like pottery, or Pure One. I hated it. So I was like, if I have to work from home, I'm going to be surrounded by the things that I love. What do I love? I love boxes, buttholes, and color pink, and comic book statues. So I surrounded myself with this stuff. And so I have these paintings all over my house. And H3 was not happy with the fact that I didn't like go to a different area or something, I guess. And then they had to like recut the segment so as to not show any of the dicks that were on the wall in those in that segment.
He rolled his eyes like he's upset about that. He's like, just show the dicks on the walls.
So I was supposed to do a third segment with them about when that like right-wing dude posted my porn on his credits on his show, like some right-wing talk show, and accidentally played Hunger at Bat videos at the end, which I thought was hilarious. The thing is that H3, I think what we discussed was that she wanted to know how I felt about H3 essentially monetizing my content and like using me as the butt of a joke. And to be honest,
the butt of a joke, no pun intended,
never really felt disrespected or like the people at H3.
You shouldn't feel disrespected, Hunger. We love you and your prolapse. The way I think about it's like this. I hope that people are like me, because personally, I don't look at this stuff to laugh and point fingers and go, ha ha, you freak, yeah. I might think that some things are odd or strange, but like I do not look down on the proclivities of others. And so what I do though is I appreciate appreciation. I've said this before. I love when people love things and when people dedicate themselves to the things that they love. I love specialists. I love specializing because I don't have the ability to do that. I want to be a jack of all trades, master of none, but I respect those who are the masters. And Hunger's a master of prolapsing. And that's why I respect him.
Had any male attention with me. And the thing is that I laugh about myself all the time. I don't take myself seriously. What I do, it's fucking weird and it's fucking funny. It's also kind of hot. So the fact that I can prolapse my asshole, turn myself inside out, and then mash it together with another butthole, it's kind of like, what did I expect when I put that video on the internet? What do you think I expected? I wanted it to go viral. I wanted it to become fucking
And that's kind of the thing you have to think about too, is when you're doing anything that's out of the norm, you have to expect to get some backlash or whatever too. And the whole thing is about finding the people that really do just like what you do and appreciate what you do. And if there is really nobody, then maybe that speaks for something too, and maybe you got to switch it up, figure something out.
What it is today. So the fact that H3 helped me do that, amazing. And the fact that they played it for an auditorium full of people the other day, amazing. Because I wonder if like at least like one or two of those people ended up subscribing to my site, or at least checking out my Twitter afterwards, because that's all I do. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm not mad about it. I loved them. I thought they were amazing, and they treated me super well. We were supposed to do a thing at BizFest, but that sort of fell apart due to the guys at BizFest not wanting them to make BizFest into a joke, which I don't think that they would have done much. So I'm like, I love Zach. I love Ethan. I love everybody on that show. They've been incredibly kind to me, like I said, and I'd love to go back. I just gotta pick the right play.
In front of all these viewers. But Ethan doesn't want to.
Don't worry, I realized my mic was turned off and I fixed it that time. So now, we are going to... I'm going to speed this up because we don't have that much time. Damn, I'm realizing. Oh no. Maybe we won't even watch through all of the Gokanaru video. I feel like the AB response is the more interesting part. But this is the death of H3H3 Video Vigilante re-upload by Gokanaru. I think both of Gokanaru's video and AB's response have been removed from YouTube at this point. I mean, I suggest the song Die Pig by Stray from the Path. I'll check it out. Is Fistfest not a joke already? I mean, Fistfest is a joke. Like, the name itself is a joke. Because it's like, they understand that it's humorous. But I don't think it's meant to be like ironic or anything. They're really going there to fist each other. Video Vigilante. I love that everybody tries to think of their content cop, type video. I called mine Internet Audit. I decided I'm going to start switching them up a little bit and doing them when I have stuff to talk about. But, there's content cop, internet. I did Internet Audit. He's doing Video Vigilante. What's the other one? There's one more. I can't think of her. I mean, Content Nuke, obviously.
Hi, I'm Scuffed Logan Paul, and welcome to Bootleg Content Cop. Ethan Klein has done a lot for the YouTube community, and his main channel videos are pretty funny.
So did Gokanaru predict the content cop of Ethan Klein? Is that what actually happened in this?
So why am I making this video? Because he's a hypocrite, and because he can't take criticism. This whole story...
Okay. Gokanaru does have some good editing. That was pretty funny. Okay. That was a pretty good one.
Take criticism. This whole story started with Ethan taking one big risk.
Most of you guys probably know Leafy is here. Popular YouTuber who's been blowing up big time. I'm actually friends with these guys, so it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. But for some reason, we as a community have been giving these guys a pass. And I mean, if you look at Leafy's channel, all he does is make fun of kids and like vulnerable people. No, there's no sport in making fun of these people.
Gokanaru looks like this guy in my high school who got caught during study hall jerking it to hentai. I mean, Gokanaru looks like the type of guy to do that, so I believe it. It might be him.
Well, it's just sad. It's stupid, honestly, that we've all gone this long giving these channels a pass who are cancerous. I'm serious.
So Ethan calls out Leafy for bullying kids and bullying disadvantaged people in his videos, and, I'm not upset about that. That's not the issue here. The issue is this.
And, like, look, me and Leafy are friends.
Gokanaru said he would eat a shoe if iDubbbz made the content cop on Ethan. He then eats a whole shoe. It was so gross. It wasn't a whole shoe. It was a whole baby shoe, if we're being completely honest. We have to be real with ourselves. I wonder what the digestive process was on that. You know there's still some in his stomach.
You know?
You're friends with this guy?
Me and Leafy are friends.
Alright, so you're friends with him. So how exactly did you get to this point? Like, actually, I'll let you play along at home. What do you think? Did Ethan, A, discuss the video with Leafy prior to uploading it? B, upload it with no warning whatsoever? Or B, because the answer is B. Alright, so right off the bat, that establishes that Ethan's goal in this was not to stop Leafy from bullying kids. It was to stir the pot, to get some drama going, to come out as the hero. And I'm fine with that. You can do that. I love stirring the pot. However, you made one crucial little error.
I really just want to see his channel die out. I fucking hate him and his channel. Don't give Pyro a platform to defend himself.
Me and Leafy are friends, you know?
Oh shit, we're friends. I mean, that's terrific, man. I mean, I should have known since you literally were sucking my dick about my channel about a month ago. Happy for you blowing up. You got a unique style and personality, man. You worked hard to get where you are, and you deserve it. It just pisses me off to see Pyro writing yours to undeserved success.
This was the first time that we got a good look at the true, jealous, manipulative side of H3H3, or Ethan. He's straight up calling Pyrocynical a psychopath, cancer. No goofs, no gaffes. This is his honest, unfiltered opinion between two peers in the same platform.
Well, recently,
I mean, honestly, I think the most cringe part about it was that he was DMing with Leafy at all. If I'm being completely honest.
I've actually had a lot of private messages sent to me of H3H3 giving me a lot of shit, saying how my channel is cancer, saying how I'm completely unoriginal, and I'm a total sociopath.
Now, Pyro, being a level-headed and self-aware guy, came out in this position on top. Do you know?
I do like that this was before all of, like, the Pyrocynical got outed for... Wasn't he doing, like, furry role play with people that were underage or something? But they were like, it's non-sexual. Wasn't it something like that? I don't want to defame him. I don't want to defame the Pyrocynical. But it was something along those lines. He was doing furry role play. I know that much. He is somewhat self-aware. I do think that part was... the furry roleplay part, I think, was the least concerning part of that, because, hey... Simping Pyro over here. So true. Let's simp for Pyro right now ourselves. Don't let I almost called him Garkunaru. Don't let Gokanaru do it alone.
Why? Because he knows how to handle criticism. He knows how to deflect it. He's smart.
Now, even though Ethan said all this shit about me, and I'm pretty sure he'd kill me if he saw me in real life, I'm gonna respect his privacy and not show any of these messages. Except that one, because it's genuinely funny.
But what happens when the peasant calls out the saint himself? Does H3H3 Productions go to him and say, you are cancer, motherfucker? I said it here, and I'm gonna say it now, you're cancer. No, dude, guess what he does? He fucking lies! He tweets out saying, why you straight lying, dog?
Oh, okay, so here it was also revealed that Ethan directly lied in a tweet to Pyro. When Pyro had some suspicions that Ethan was conspiring against him with other YouTubers, Ethan immediately said, no, dude, why are you spreading lies? Ironic.
You are being a furry right now with a pig nose, low key. I mean, it depends on how you define furry. I'm being a fleshy, like humans.
Can you just find like someone to pick on your own size? Like, I mean, seriously, dude, what's going on? You're just picking on kids. What's cool about it? Clean cut. I wouldn't exactly call it clean cut. He's got the hair of a fucking 60-year-old dude with a goddamn big toupee.
So Ethan was recruiting a army of small channels to basically try and conspire against Pyrocynical. You know, like, wow.
Is this the new content cop? I'm content copping this, like, however old video. This was re-uploaded 5 years ago. I think it's 5 years old, but...
Instead of doing a video yourself, you decided to gather a bunch of cronies and get them to do the dirty work. Slowly get them to try and topple this guy. Well, I mean... That sure blew up in your face.
Well, what does the saint known as H3H3 Productions do after he's been caught lying? He fucking licks Pyrocynical's asshole, dude! Look at this shit!
Now, after this whole debacle, Ethan immediately went into damage control. He professed his love to Pyrocynical. He said Leafy was a scumbag for releasing his DMs, and, you know, that was basically the half-assed apology that we got. You know, in retrospect, I can't even imagine how gleeful you must have been when that content cop was released. Well, wait a minute. You helped iDubbbz create some of the points for that video. Well, look at that, Ethan. You ended up getting what you wanted. You got to bash somebody through the mouth of another.
I will say that is an interesting perspective in the modern landscape of calling out Hassan for kind of hiding behind his cronies, you know what I mean? Like letting Denims and Frogan and Mike from PA and all of them kind of like self-flagellate or I'm not saying the right word. My brain's fried all the time. Smoked too much before we started. But he lets them show their own ass all the time rather than showing his ass. There we go. I realized as I said it, I was like, that's not a word.
Okay, so Ethan, let's be clear. You weren't really friends with Leafy. You talked in the DMs, you bashed Pyro together, but really you weren't friends. So already we know your definition of friendship is a little bit loose. JonTron, however, is undeniably a good friend of yours. I won't even deny that myself.
John's the reason we came out to New York. He gave Eli a job producing when we were pieces of shit. We had no prospects, no money, no job. John said, I'm gonna take care of you, kid. I'm gonna give you guys work. I'm gonna give you guys purpose. He brought us out here.
He lets them self-flatulate and fart all over themselves. I'm too toasted? Yes.
So when JonTron gets in trouble for the debate with Destiny, where he said some controversial things, you kept quiet about it. I mean, you make it clear that you disagree with what he said, but you stay silent pretty well. You don't discuss it publicly, which is okay. That's a perfectly fine response. He loses if he supports John, because the public opinion at the time is that JonTron is an alt-right idiot who doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's a fine reaction to have. It's smart. Okay, just keep that situation in the back of your head for a bit. Now, around the same time, PewDiePie gets in trouble for some bullshit, complete, horseshit. And Ethan, you vehemently support PewDiePie, and you should, because you're his friend. And because he's right, but also because you're his friend. You should always support your friends when they have more subs than you and public opinion is on your side.
It's a joke. He's not serious. There's a big difference, guys. Context matters. As a Jewish person, I'm not offended.
Flash forward. PewDiePie's in hot water, man. He says the N-word.
Yeah, he dropped the N-bomb, and he dropped it pretty hard. It was more of just like a Hiroshima. I mean, it's pretty much worst case scenario, when they drop nuclear bombs. And
I'm honestly hoping AB announces his departure from the pod soon. He brings down the vibe and is more interesting in his own streams, I find. Plus, him exposing Olive was nasty work, in my opinion. I will say that my opinion on him exposing the conversation between him and Olivia isn't the best, but it's not like it was an intentional thing. I think it really was in the heat of the moment. But I don't hope that he leaves the podcast. Personally, what I hope for AB is that he stops thinking that there needs to be this hard disconnect between his own personal viewpoints and the show. There's fine to have meaningful pushback, and it's good to have on a show as quick paced as the H3 podcast. So I think his perspective is more valued than he's willing to consider.
And the people out on the street have shadows left over and printed on the sidewalk. It's like that.
Get off your high horse, you pompous fucking prick! Oh my god!
I don't think Felix is a racist person, but god damn, he really kind of just was really comfortable.
Wait.
Well, using that word. That really just kind of... I love that I can just say nigger faggot. Yeah, man, he really just dropped the N-bomb straight up. And the way he used it...
You're not even going to bleep it in your own video, dog? Come on. You're going to make me skip all this. Yes, we know.
Ethan, why'd you do this? Because it's a hot topic, and you want the public to know that your views are rock solid. Do you know why I know this? It's because you're a disingenuous, opportunistic person who's not afraid to ride the wave of hate, so long as it stays away from you. But it didn't. You got called out for this one, big time, because people saw you got a little too cocky. You got a little too confident.
H3 uploaded this podcast to YouTube, and it has over 28,000 dislikes on his most recent podcast. Almost more dislikes than likes on this thing. They think that...
I just said I hope he leaves the show. It would probably improve his health. He seems super stressed all the time. I don't think it's really up to us to speculate on his mental well-being. He seems stressed out, but AB also just seems like a neurotic type of person that probably is stressed out regardless.
Ethan, H3 is being a hypocrite because on his podcast, he said the N-word too! So I'm sure H3 will clear this up in his next podcast. Definitely no hate to H3 or anything like that. He's a great dude, and I know he'll come back from this, obviously, right? I think you're just gonna have to explain it more. You're right, Johnny boy. Papa Ethan can do no wrong. He'll explain this all the way. He'll make us understand.
We can be friends, and you can still criticize me. Yeah. But you have Keemstar and Scares who are like, H3's a hypocrite because he said nigger on his podcast. You call yourself a news source. Get fucking real.
Stop just replaying the N-word over and over again. I get it. Yes, he said it a lot. It is bad. It is terrible. It shouldn't have been done.
Yes! Or
Oh, we got ciggies, we got beers, we got the boys. What more could you ask for? The pinnacle of moral authority.
And to Keemstar and to Scarce, shame on you. You're my peers.
Rama's the only one bringing down vibes. I think Ethan's bringing down the vibes right now. At the behest of Gokanaru's video.
You take yourself seriously. You made a fucking joke of yourself. I have no respect for either of you. You know what? If you think I'm wrong, if you think that I'm a racist and a hypocrite, if you didn't bother to watch the podcast and you downvoted and you left a mean comment and you called me...
What are you saying?
If you think that I'm a racist and a hypocrite, if you didn't bother...
Nobody called you racist, big goy? Did he mean to put that, or was he just memeing on big boy?
To watch the podcast and you downvoted and you left a mean comment and you called me a hypocrite, fuck off.
So unsubscribe. Yeah,
don't
just
watch.
leave.
Don't watch.
Because we'll have a lot less of that shit to deal with in the future.
Enjoy Keemstar, the pinnacle of logic and sanity on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go enjoy his fucking show.
Bye-bye.
Where everything he says is well researched and rational and reasoned. Keemstar.
We'll see you in a month.
The fucking guy that looks like...
You dumb bitches.
Yeah.
You know Jax Films did not want to be there because he knows how the internet works very well. Time to have a mental breakdown on live stream.
He's just spit in his own fucking lap. He totally just spit in his own lap and continued. But also, I do find it funny that he keeps like stroking these different creators like Pyrocynical and Jax Films for like really no reason. Jax Films understands the internet. Go straighten out your South Park printed up photos, bro. Come on.
Time to have a mental breakdown on live stream.
Oh, Ethan's a hypocrite. Fuck off. That unsubscribe button is right down there. Click it and go subscribe to Keemstar, hit that bell, and enjoy the ride. And in 3 years, when you grow up, come back here because I'll be waiting. The H3 HU production has always been about logical. We break it down and we think about it. That's why the social justice warrior criticism comes in. You're going to tell me, who's been making fun and lambasting and discrediting these people for years, that I don't have this right?
Ooh, that's a big yikes from me, man.
Fuck off. Listen to the fucking podcast. Keemstar's your source of factual information. Disconnect your internet, dude. Fuck up. I am not sorry. Think for yourself. That's what this is all about. Oh, Keemstar's the pinnacle of free thought. Drama alert. Welcome to the stroke victim nation. What a fucking loser.
You're watching actual professional comedians.
This is a fucking nearly 40-year-old man who thrives on making videos about Jake Paul. Let's turn to him for the news. Fuck off. I'm pissed off, dude. And I got nothing to apologize for.
Am I saying that you're being a hypocrite? No, I am not. I am saying that people are mad at you and they're disliking your podcast because they are claiming that you are a hypocrite. I call myself a news source because I report the news. And this is the news. People are calling you a hypocrite.
None of these points are valid anymore. Keem's friend of the show, friend of the H3 podcast, Keemstar, of a former LoCal Live fame. I think he came back or something. I don't know.
This is a fucking nearly 40-year-old man who thrives on making videos about Jake Paul.
Oh my god, bro. Dude, this is your channel, dude. Jake Paul. Like, according to the internet, you're 32 years old. I'm 35. You're only 3 years younger than me, Ethan.
To Ethan, you can see that was what got everybody to start calling Ethan 40. Because, yeah, he's only 3 years older. He's only 1 year older than Ethan. That's crazy. Keemstar's only a year older than Ethan. Ethan's only a year younger than Boogie. That's crazy. Who would have thunk? Ooh.
Channel is making fun of people and criticizing people. And when you're criticized, what do? Blame somebody else. Basically, you said anybody criticizing you and calling you a hypocrite is a 12-year-old. So you could delegitimize anybody's argument. Oh, they're just little kids. I'm right and they're wrong because they're little kids. And then you try to manipulate even more by saying, the only reason why I'm getting hate is because Scarce and Keemstar. And then you use a Leafy line. Keemstar's just a 40-year-old who makes Jake Paul videos. Apologize. Admit that you're wrong. But you guys won't do that, will you? Because you're better than everyone else. You're never wrong.
Now, guess what happened on the next H3 podcast?
I think the only thing I really want to apologize for is that drunken rant. And, about the context hypocritical thing, I don't think I'm a hypocrite. Most of the people who were upset about it probably didn't watch.
It's not wrong. It's not a bad thing to be in your 40s as long as you're not wearing a jersey and just like regular cargo shorts in a pool. Wearing a backwards hat and jersey in a pool. My God.
Watch the whole episode because the harshest criticism I landed against PewDiePie was that I was disappointed.
Hey, Future Chris here, real quick. I need to clarify and make very clear the point I'm trying to make here. Ethan, the issue here was not that what you were saying was wrong. It's that you were the wrong person to be saying it. You emphasized heavily that he was live streaming when he said it and that he sounded like he was very comfortable using it. And then there's footage, man, of you being super comfortable saying it on a live stream multiple.
Oh, he's talking about when PewDiePie. Okay, that was what the context was of him calling out PewDiePie when PewDiePie said the N-word because he said that PewDiePie sounded very like free to use it. And I think that is losing, because here's the thing, I disagree with Ethan's perspective from when he was saying in slur F slur. But I understand the principle of the perspective that he was trying to make, and I make the same argument in terms of like in a legal setting, because the use of the N-word or any type of slur adds a level of veracity, like a more harsh, like a level of harshness to the statement that's made that isn't as like heavily felt by just saying N-word, or it's like if they were in a, like my point is, like, if you were in a courtroom, it would be ridiculous to use like TikTok terms to be like they R-worded her. You need to hear what the actual word is so that like the jury and the judge can actually feel the weight of the statements that are made. And I feel like the same thing is true about like slurs when you're talking about like this person committed a hate crime. Well, what was the hate crime? Well, they wrote the N-word on a thing. If you said, well, they wrote and then said the N-word, it definitely sounds more harsh and hits harder in like just the immediate feeling. And in a courtroom setting, it would make more sense to do that. But Ethan definitely was doing it. The whole thing is the point in which Ethan and iDubbbz were both missing was when they started just using it flagrantly without purpose. Because iDubbbz's whole point was, well, somebody said it to me in a comment, so I'm just referencing what that commenter said. That would be fine to do in that moment. Like, I don't, like, obviously I'm not the one to take umbrage or issue with it. But in any scenario, I don't think that it's necessarily the worst, like when Ethan read the N-word under the Joey Salad's comment section, when he accidentally made the whole video just that N-word reading, because he was trying to cut it out. But I think that the idea of reading it to showcase what somebody is saying is like, it does add a level of fuel to it. But I agree that I don't think that it's necessary for us as the layman to make those points. We are not lawyers. We are not trying to present a legal claim. And you could, in a video format, you can quite literally just show it on screen if it's that necessary. You know what I mean? In the Karen Reed trial, the lawyer made one of the witnesses read his text aloud, where he called the defendant the actual C word. Then the lawyer kept saying it to the jury, LOL. No, and that's what I mean, is it's like there is a... What are you guys talking about? Andrew Johnson? Anthony Johnson, the UFC fighter? It's still standing next to that tree as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, just reading chat. Making sure that nobody's hating me for what I'm saying. Dude has 16 subs. I'd never heard of him. LMAO. Oh, Andrew Johnson. He's just the re-uploader. It's Gokanaru.
Times, like, you had to have
Andrew Johnson is Gokanaru's real name.
That clip existed. Otherwise, you'd be a complete idiot for saying that at all. Like, just think about it this way. Why do you think iDubbbz did not say anything? Because he's smart. He knows he's the wrong person to be saying anything about the situation. He needs to stay silent. Whereas you just wanted to use it as a fresh scoop for the podcast, and it worked. You got the clickbait, you got the views, but people realized you were a hypocrite. It's like if Bill Clinton called out Donald Trump for being a sexual deviant. Your point is just immediately invalidated, even if it's right. Plus, you even pathetically tried to bring iDubbbz into the mix and say that you would understand if people criticized him.
And first of all, I understand people who would criticize iDubbbz and say that's fucked up the way you use it.
So basically, you're admitting that you would understand if people criticized you, but you don't, because you're a hypocrite, and in your mind, nothing that you do is wrong. You can't take criticism. Anyway, back to old Chris. You want to see an old friend? Hey, buddy. heard you fucking got some weapons. Trying to take a look.
I got this machete, but that's mine.
Oh, never mind. I thought that editing in the beginning was Gokanaru's video. I think it's quite literally just the person watching it on their phone. I think Andrew Johnson literally just screen recorded it on their phone because I just saw the audio level go down a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But I've got this. Like, it works for what it's for, but like it tastes better than what it's used for.
Holy fuck. Is it loaded?
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking liar. Do you want it? I know you want it.
I fucking want it.
Oh, yeah? Dude, this is nice. I like this.
Yeah, it's nice, eh?
Yeah, how much?
It's 500.
Can you do 3?
I'll do 3, but like, you got my stuff?
Yeah. Boneless or fucking deep fried? What are you feeling?
Oh, definitely boneless. I got hard.
Alright, fuck. 300 boneless memes. Think you can handle that shit?
Like more than I need that.
Yeah. But you want any
They do be memeing.
Fucking.
What are you still doing here, man? I gave you 3 months to move. But you're still here. It's fucking chill. I just work here.
So, do you want to buy a gun?
Yo, do you know where my brother is?
Oh shit, I forgot I had him. It's actually in my closet if you want to see him.
Okay.
I keep people in my closet.
I'm quite literally just skipping over this part. I don't know what the point of this is. It's unnecessary.
Remember when we talked about JonTron? Yeah, well, a whole 8 months after he lost his sponsorships and...
Give me a yes or no in chat. Let me know in chat. I find this video, it's something. We kind of skipped already a big portion of it. We can just skip to AB's response if everybody would like to do that, because I don't want to get past it too late where we're not able to watch that. And AB's response will be breaking down these points, I imagine. So let me know in chat what you guys think.
And, you know, he was basically ridiculed off the internet. Well, you had him on your podcast.
You've always been an incredibly generous and gracious friend to us.
Thanks, dude.
And I genuinely love this guy.
And we miss you. I know, I miss you too. It's been too long. Now that I'm officially, guest number 600,005.
31.
Not that many. Just kidding.
Did you see that reaction? Like, that signals to me that JonTron wasn't really welcome on the podcast until the dust had blown over completely.
You can go to represent.com/JonTron. I think that's the link, but it's on represent.com.
Represent.com/JonTron.
Actually,
that should take you there.
Sorry. I never did like merch before, really.
So we have a call
they're
number.
linking in the chat to your store.
Oh, they're linking in the chat. Great.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You had an infamous debate.
Holy shit. So after 8.5 months, and after everybody's basically forgot about it, now you give JonTron?
Okay, we'll give it another 5 minutes like Alex is saying, and then we'll skip it. I think that's a good bit.
A platform to defend himself? Well, I mean, you know, if you and John agreed to do this beforehand for him to discuss it, then that makes sense. That's fine.
It happened. How long ago was that now?
I don't keep track. I don't know. It was like a year or so.
I don't. Wow, has it been that long?
Like 9 months or something.
So if you're uncomfortable with anything, like, you don't have to comment at all. Like,
I don't really want to get into this. It's a minefield of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything I said and say and qualify it or anything. I'm not really going to get into it. But I guess the main question on everyone's mind is, is he a racist? Is he a Nazi? No, I treat every single person with the same respect they afford me. That's basically my full statement.
Honestly, he probably should have dug into this a little bit harder, because what he's talking about is, funnily enough, JonTron's big racist moment was a debate with Destiny, in which he talked about like, basically, he started talking about race theory, in a sense. Skip the wimpy kid, let's do it. But, yeah. I do think that Ethan probably could have gone harder on JonTron, but I understand that he was his friend. And I hope that he was just like, hey, bro, you really feel that way about black people? Come on. But yes, on YouTube, this video is gone. It's been deleted. It's been removed. Lost to the ether. Yeah, I don't know why Destiny's always involved. It's very interesting. Yeah, it was great replacement theory, wasn't it? That was specifically what he was going at, what they were arguing. But it did branch off into a few other topics too. It's not a good look. Yeah, it branched out into... I do think great replacement theory was like a big aspect, but it had a lot... It was basically just about race, I think, was the main thing. Which is weird, because isn't... Like, is John white? Isn't he like Persian or something? But it's not on YouTube. AB's response isn't on YouTube. But we got the archive link. Hope this doesn't make AB hate me. AB, send me a DM. Be like, no, 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 no. But it's too late anyways. It's already out there. Other people can find it. And it got 164,000 views in its time. I feel like he mostly took it down because Gokanaru took his version down. And it becomes unnecessary at a certain level, you know? It's like, who wants to watch it? Who wants to watch it when they can't even watch the original? But we can watch the original. So, here we go. Oh. Okay. Captain became a lost media channel. So true.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm...
Oh no, wait. I missed what that said. This is going to be the biggest issue. Is pausing and... I don't have, like, the keys to be able to, like, skip. Since this is on, like, an archive site. The following video was completed after hundreds of hours of research, recording, and editing. Hundreds!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm be giving my take on the video vigilante made about Ethan Klein from H3H3. Many of you in the comments of my previous video suggested that I watch this video. This video was made by a channel called Gokanaru, and I want to start off by saying I don't intend on attacking Gokanaru personally. It's not easy for a video to blow up. I commend him for the attention that it got. It has
the original star killer.
Big YouTubers such as Keemstar commenting on it, even though then again we know why Keemstar is commenting on it.
You're probably, just to be objectively, the most hated person on YouTube.
The most hated.
He wants to be the bad guy, but he keeps going up against pure evil.
Stupid sexy Hassan, why won't he f me?
Regardless, congrats. I wish your channel future success. Seems like you put a lot of time into your videos, and I commend you on that. I went into this video with an open mind. After seeing the like to dislike ratio and all the praise the video is getting, I thought that I may actually see some stuff that makes me dislike Ethan. But I gotta say, after watching it, I feel the same. I disagree with a lot of the points made, and I want to go through point by point and give my rebuttal. As I stated before, I'm not gonna be attacking Gokanaru personally. I'm just gonna focus on the points made. I'm gonna ignore everything else, such as the skits. Those amazing skits. I'm playing. Fuck, I'm already fucking up. Let's get into it.
Goodbye.
Editing this into your own video is a little crazy, but I do have to say, having the Ethan edit into the cough was pretty good. Hello, Mr. Captain. Hello, MC Duders.
Spill no Jewish blood today.
Chapter 1 of the video focuses on the situation between Ethan and Leafy.
And I mean, if you look at Leafy's channel, all he does is make fun of kids and like vulnerable people. No, there's no sport in making fun of these people. It's just sad.
I'm pretty sure that most of you are familiar with the situation. It happened a few years ago. But those of you who aren't familiar, I'll leave a link down below to a Reddit post that sums it up pretty well. Now, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this chapter because I believe in Ethan's response to the situation. He covered all the points that Gokanaru brings up, but I'll go through them quickly. Also, I'll link Ethan's response to this controversy down below, his Reddit post. I think he worded it pretty well and gave a good explanation, including proof of all the points he was giving. So Gokanaru claims that he doesn't have a problem with Ethan calling out Leafy. The problem is that he did it when he claimed that they are friends.
The issue is this.
And like, look, me and Leafy are friends, you know?
You're friends with this guy?
Me and Leafy are friends.
Alright, so you're friends with him. So how exactly did you get to this point? Like, actually, I'll let you play along at home. What do you think? Did Ethan, A, discuss the video with Leafy prior to uploading it? B, upload it with no warning whatsoever? Or B, because the answer is...
Thank you for fast forwarding through it, AB. I appreciate it.
The answer is B.
Now, as Ethan clarified himself, his only relationship with Leafy were those private messages. That is the entirety of their relationship. They've never met. He didn't even know his name at the time. It was just those messages. Now, we all know there's different levels of friendship, obviously. If Ethan made a video calling out someone like Post Malone, one of his close friends, without any prior notice, then that's some shady shit. And I know what some of you are thinking, oh, what about the JonTron situation? He did not make a video about JonTron. He told him face to face he doesn't agree with him, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get into that JonTron situation when it comes up.
All right, so right off the bat, that establishes that Ethan's goal in this was not to stop Leafy from bullying kids. It was to stir the pot, to get some drama going, to come out as the hero.
Obviously, as the situation plays out, you could clearly see that Ethan could have made multiple videos about the situation, about Pyrocynical, about Leafy, to just get more views, but he didn't. He didn't. He could have dragged those on, and he himself admitted, yeah, he would get millions of views if he was to release those videos, but he didn't. And now, I'm not trying to defend Ethan just because I'm a fan. I don't know if you guys know, but the video of Tommy C, the kid that Leafy bullied, was sent to Ethan on Reddit and asked Ethan to give his take on it. And I don't know if you guys have seen this video. It's heartbreaking. Honestly, when I seen this video, it was just a mix of emotion. I was angered, I was sad. It almost brought tears to my eyes, I'm not gonna lie. It was so sad.
All I wanted to do was inspire people. Some Leafy guy or Team Starred people are threatening me. And all I wanted to do was inspire. That's all.
I could totally see Ethan seeing that video and wanting to take a stand against the situation. There's nothing wrong with it. I think we should commend him for that. If anything, maybe he...
Well, I mean, and if anything, well, let me see if he says it. Because I'm just going to say that, if anything, it should show, like, the turning of a new leaf. And the whole thing isn't to criticize. You wouldn't... When someone says something, you don't criticize them based on their previous actions and call them a hypocrite. You wait until they make new actions that go against their previous statements, and then you call them a hypocrite. Because somebody can turn a new leaf and, like, you know, realize the error of their ways and start doing things more productively with their life. And so I don't know. I do think that that's kind of necessary.
He hurt his career because, of course, he gets the backlash from Leafy fans and Pyrocynical fans, but something had to be said, and I applaud him for saying something.
He's straight up calling Pyrocynical a psychopath, cancer, no goofs, no gaffes. This is his honest, unfiltered opinion between two peers in the same platform.
What happens when the peasant calls out the saint himself? Does H3H3 Productions go to him and say, "You are cancer, motherfucker, I said it here, and I'm gonna say it now, you're cancer"? No, dude. Guess what he does? He fucking lies!
You asked if his mask is supposed to be a cosplay of something. Is he blue Deadpool? Is that what he's supposed to be?
He tweets out saying, "Why you straight lying, dog?"
Oh, okay, so here it was also revealed that Ethan directly lied in a tweet to Pyro.
He probably thought that Pyro was just trying to stir the pot. I
think it's a blue Deadpool.
He didn't actually consider that Leafy sent him the messages. And as Ethan said himself, so what? He was talking shit about a YouTuber he doesn't like. And according to Ethan, Leafy started the conversation.
Can you just find, like, someone to pick on your own size? Like, I mean, seriously, dude. What's going on? You're just
Okay, this is like such a stupid argument. A 1 million subscriber YouTube channel going against 700K. Was that actually one of the arguments that was made? I must have not. I guess I wasn't paying attention when that happened. That's a nothing.
Picking on kids. What's cool about that?
I know what you guys are saying next. The clip of Ethan talking about the 14-year-old white rapper with a goofy haircut. Okay, there's a difference between the targets, for one. And besides that, the actual context. One is lighthearted humor.
A lot of rappers, their families aren't always fully into.
Why is the chat unhinged, Rama? Why did you ask you about Olivia randomly for no reason? Was there some implication that gave you the reason to believe that she was coming back today? It just seems like an out-of-nowhere question that absolutely had nothing to do with anything we were talking about at all.
Rich.
Tact.
Oh, full intact, sorry.
There's a lot that might go wrong, whether it be drugs or alcohol. But I'm lucky enough to have a family who's completely intact.
Oh, intact, sorry again. I mispredicted that.
And the other one is pure bullying.
Driving a car, the Minecraft logo in the corner, his fucking teeth. Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna be talking about the kid today. Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
If you can't see the difference in that, then you're lost cause. And as Ethan said, I think this is a good example of how people are just grasping at straws.
AB has always been the lighting king, but now he has it even better.
Now, after this whole debacle, Ethan immediately went into damage control. He professed his love to Pyrocynical. He said Leafy was a scumbag for releasing his DMs, and, you know, that was basically the half-assed apology that we got.
Ethan went into damage control after the situation. I don't think that's a bad thing. Either way, if he's being sincere or if it's just as a business move, I mean, he does not owe anything to Pyro. They're not friends. If he's allowed to have his opinion about not liking someone, just as so many of you who like the Video Vigilante didn't like Ethan. You guys are entitled to think that way.
You know, in retrospect, I can't even imagine how gleeful you must have been when that content cop was released. Well, wait a minute. You helped iDubbbz create some of the points for that video. Well, look at that, Ethan. You ended up getting what you wanted. You got to bash somebody through the mouth of another.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't trying to hide it.
You can hear AV's tight throat, and this one's so true.
He was in the video. He was in the content cop himself. Later on, he talked about it on the podcast. He brought it up again.
My first question for you is, do you remember there's this one YouTuber who's really big? Do you remember Leafy is here?
Is that the guy who looks like a lesbian?
And I know I said it already, but I just want to reiterate why this whole situation started. And maybe...
Oh, the Detroit Lions use Deadpool sometimes. And since they use blue, that's literally the only connection I'm seeing to Deadpool and Detroit and blue Deadpool for some reason. There's something here. Nothing's a coincidence.
Being repetitive, but it's important to remember why Ethan did this. You know, it may have not been the smartest move business-wise. At the end of the day, if you guys are just claiming he's just a business guy, all he cares about business and he's manipulative, it wasn't the smartest move. And Ethan himself admitted that. He took a stand. It's one of the reasons I love him. This situation is one of the reasons why I like him, why many believe he is the moral voice of YouTube. Not that he's a saint, not that he's always right, not that his opinions are always right, not that he's a genius. He's a human, he makes mistakes, but I believe he tries his best to stand up for people, and he calls out the bullshit.
Okay, so Ethan, let's be clear. You weren't really friends with Leafy. You talked in the DMs, you bashed Pyro together, but really you weren't friends.
So that kind of invalidates most of the first chapter. Am I right? I mean, am I missing something? Yeah, they weren't really friends, but you stated that your problem was not with Ethan calling him out, but the problem was that Ethan claimed that him and Leafy were friends.
So when JonTron gets in trouble for the debate with Destiny, where he said some controversial things, you kept quiet about it.
This situation is covered in a later chapter, but just quickly, I just want to state, it is really, really hard for Ethan to defend JonTron in that situation. It would basically be career suicide.
What's the problem with young black males?
Well, they commit disproportionate amount of crime in the country, and
Why do
mostly
you think they
against each
commit?
other.
Why do they commit a disproportionate amount of crime?
Well, we can go into that forever, and I don't really want to go into it.
I've liked JonTron in the past. I've seen his videos here and there. I'm not a big fan, but I've seen his videos. I've always liked him. He seemed like a nice guy. But after seeing this video, you can't see my teeth, but I'm like, ugh.
Back to my question that I keep trying to get an answer. I just don't understand why it's so bad if white people become a minority. Why is that such a horrible thing?
Nobody wants to become a minority in their own country, man.
Why?
No.
Why does it matter? I don't consider myself
Because
a minority because
I
I'm
mean,
an
my
American, and
friends.
everyone around me is an American. Why does it matter if they're white or brown or black?
Well, that's not. I don't think that's how. I don't know how to answer this.
Now, around the same time, PewDiePie...
Because, I mean, that's always the statement, like, the claim I always make when arguing with people about, like, race realism and stuff like that is you act as though everything is, like, inherent, as if there aren't, you know, white and black murderers and, you know, and gang members and whatever, like, type of, like, thing you want to, like, draw these, like, divisions from. And, at the end of the day, what matters is like the ideas that we push forward and pass down. It doesn't matter. Like, I like what Papa Gut said too. If you just, you know, if a white guy just had a darker skin, didn't get burned by the sun, then obviously that makes them just a better human being, quote unquote. because they're just more advanced evolutionarily. But that's why what matters is the ideas that you push down. And if you think the ideas are somehow like written on your DNA, then like you have a real issue there.
I gets in trouble for some bullshit, complete, horseshit.
Oh no, loading issue. Just give it a second. Tough guy's super wholesome. I'm waiting. Here, if I skip forward a second, I don't want to restart it because sometimes that causes issues too. There. Ooh. There we go. Pause. Play. I was skimming through it earlier. The whole video does work. There might be a few buffering issues. Let's refresh the page. Unless my internet went down, we should be good. Just give it a sec. Is it my internet? Did AB take it down? AB got it taken down real quick. He saw what was happening and went and ran. He ran to hide it. Just a second, just a second. Give it just a moment. AB found out, yeah, he's trying to come for me now. Tell my internet to toughen up. I don't even know if it's the internet, it might just be the site. I don't know what's going on. Give it just a minute. There we go. And then we skip ahead. Oop, there we go. And then 10:31.
Now, around the same time, PewDiePie gets in trouble for some bullshit, complete, horseshit. And Ethan, you vehemently support PewDiePie, and you should because you're his friend. And because he's right, but also because you're his friend.
I think that part's so dumb. You shouldn't just agree with people because they're your friend. You shouldn't just defend people because they're your friends. You should defend people because they're correct and correct your friends when they are wrong. I think that's kind of probably the weakest statement to make. But I don't know if PewDiePie is right in this scenario, but I don't think that what he did was like a heinous, evil thing to propagate anti-Semitism. I think he was trying to make an edgy joke, and it was just a bad, edgy joke.
You should always support your friends when they have more subs than you and public opinion is on your side.
See, there's a big difference in these situations. You're comparing apples to oranges. There's a very big difference. It's not just about subs. It's not.
I'm telling you, AB's coming for it. This is telling you to not become a lost media channel.
That's so.
It's because AB was talking. This is a sign to not become a lost media channel. So true. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take the heat. They'd be coming for me and being like, "Where's the lost episode of Well, I can't remember what they're called. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. I was trying to name a show, but I couldn't even remember what the show's called. Whatever. Where's the lost episode of King of the Hill?
Clear. In one situation, you got someone going on racist.
For anyone wondering, I was thinking oblongs, but I started saying odd, and I was like, that's not right. I've said too many things wrong today. And I realized that I was correct when I said self-flagellation, but I was thinking about the spelling wrong in my head, and that's why I thought it was wrong. I still feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong or something. But self-flatulation is better. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. Like and subscribe to help me find it again.
this rant for 2 hours.
Like and subscribe to help this old pig retire from the force.
Someone that is known to be associated with Ethan. There's no defending that. It wasn't just one thing said that was a slip up. In PewDiePie's situation, it was a joke. It was one joke. And Ethan, being PewDiePie's friend, defended him and said, no, PewDiePie's not racist. I'm Jewish and I do not believe that he is racist. Which also I believe he should be commended on.
It's a joke. He's not serious. There's a big difference, guys. Context matters. As a Jewish person, I'm not offended.
Flash forward. PewDiePie's in hot water, man. He said the N-word.
What a fucking nigger.
Yeah, he dropped the N-bomb, and he dropped it
AB, why did you leave it in your video?
pretty hard.
When I first heard about the situation, as it was playing out, I was kind of disappointed in Ethan because I'm like, Ethan, you know, you've used this word before too. I didn't hear PewDiePie's.
I was disappointed. I was like, Ethan, you're supposed to love the N-word. I'll let him continue. I don't think that's the point he's making.
Use of it, but I know Ethan had used it in the podcast with iDubbbz. But upon further looking into it and getting the context of both situations,
context matters.
I could see the difference. Now, I'm not saying it was right, but I could see from Ethan's point of view what he was trying to convey.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying before when we were watching it prior, was that Ethan's point is that PewDiePie was saying it like offhanded, like it was just kind of an easy little thing to throw out there. Because he was angry in a game. It was truly a gamer moment where he just let it slip. And it shows that he probably talks like this when he's gaming by himself with nobody watching, with no cameras on. You know what I mean? That's kind of the idea that Ethan's putting forward. Is that better or worse than the way that Ethan used it? That's probably up for argument.
For one, he just defended PewDiePie. He defended
I should just talk during the times that it buffers. So what AB is about to say, what eBay is about to say, I can't say anything today. My fucking mouth is, my brain is running too slow for my mouth today. That's actually what's happening. Come on, you can catch up. Do I need to skip forward?
Tards. All the other ones have history too. Either all of them are okay or none of them are okay.
I do love that that's such a clear argument. Perfect. You're right, iDubbbz. Either all of them are okay or none of them are okay. And then iDubbbz just goes, so all of them are okay. What? That's not the way that you should take that. Like, that's not the stance that you should draw from that.
Have you or your friends ever said a word so frequently that it's lost a lot of the initial punch that it had, and eventually it just lost all meaning entirely? So all of you people out there who hold these words at such high esteem, you are giving it the power that you...
Listen to the white guy tell you that you're giving the N-word the power. Let him say it as much as he wants and it takes the power away. Let the white guy say the N-word as much as he wants to take the power away from it. I don't think he understands the irony that is a simple Ian take. Come on. Hit him with the it's the Wayback Machine. There's too many people. We got 1 billion people using it at once. That number's off.
We're really just trying to make up for all of the torment that we've inflicted on black people. Well, keep at your crusade. I'm going to continue to act like they're normal human beings.
Now, if you want to say that you don't agree with that and it's still wrong, you're completely okay to say that. I see where he's coming from, but I myself don't think that the way iDubbbz use it is right. I digress. Ethan was asking iDubbbz about his use of the word, and yes, Ethan used the word, but Ethan was assuming that the audience knew the context of what was being said. He wasn't calling anyone that word, and again, Ethan shouldn't have used the word. I agree, he should not have used the word. But I think he didn't look at it as him being a hypocrite because of the way that it was being said.
Again, I think the context does matter, and like I explained, to use it for the express purpose of trying to show the weight of a statement made is more it's more weighted. That's just what it is. It has more when you use the real word, it gives it more weight. but I think that that should probably strictly be used in like legal settings, because when random people are doing it, like, you know, I think it's probably, you know, it's fine obviously for somebody to say it if you were using it at like if you like they were using it at you. This person just said this to me. But I don't see that happening that often with a white guy, so just saying.
Contact.
But again, yeah, so they are definitely different, but I do think it also comes down to a different time period where for some reason certain people just felt like things were okay. And yeah, it was, and the actual, if you want to get like down into the weeds of what the actual use of the word was, like originally, was iDubbbz made a video and somebody commented on his video, you calling him that, saying N slur, F slur, and it is, if you just take it at face value, it is comical just thinking of using just the like two random slurs. Just like this guy's so full of hate, he just threw out the two like the first slurs he could think of, and like to use against a white guy. And that part is kind of funny, but then to use it over and over and over again, you're not drawing from its like original use. You are just hiding behind the fact that somebody else said it.
You're very anti-PC. I would describe you as.
Mm-hmm.
Where on YouTube is a space that's very caters to like Disney-esque characters.
Sure, yeah.
They love them, and in a time where being
Well, I mean, I've literally made this statement. I think that it sounds extreme, right? But it's true that if we get rid of the R slur, if we're getting rid of these different words, we should just be trying to get rid of insulting people. We shouldn't be calling people dumb or idiots or stupid. Call them ignorant and arrogant, and like use statements that are factually pointing to actual like statements and actions that they've made to draw that you're drawing your conclusion from, rather than like more vapid kind of like out there claims that aren't really based in anything other than a vibe. And so like if we're going to get rid of them, we should probably just stop using demeaning language, because it just ends up like you just cycle through more and more words. Because like Hassan using neurodivergent instead of the R word, it's like I think it's worse in some level. Even talking with Bo Burnham on the pod years ago about the idea of self-awareness not making unacceptable jokes okay, and that stuck with me. I don't think Ethan really processed it until later. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing, is self-awareness doesn't make unacceptable jokes okay. It just made you aware that they were unacceptable. And like the whole thing is about where you're drawing the joke from and what the actual point of the joke is. Like Norm Macdonald has a great joke about Hitler's dog. And basically the whole point of the joke is building up to where he's pretending to be the dog and talking about the dog's perspective on the different Nazi officers, just leading up to the punchline, which is him saying, Hitler's the greatest man that, and then continue, like, you know, I'm not going to finish the statement because, like, I already said that, and that's probably enough to get clipped. Oopsie. But the point of the joke then was for him to go, this is why we don't let anybody in here with cameras, because you could clip out these moments, and the joke isn't to just say that Hitler was a great guy. The joke is to point at the audience and be like, see how you guys could have taken this out of context? That's why you don't have your cameras. And the statement itself is crazy and is bad, and it doesn't make it like it's like a good thing that like, oh yeah, it's funny because it's a joke. Like, it's good because it's a joke. The whole thing is that the point of the joke and the purpose of the joke isn't just saying that Hitler was a good guy. And that's why it's different when you're just saying slurs and then acting as if they are funny. Yeah, he was pretending to be Hitler's dog. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, 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 oh. That's what he said.
PC it's so hard to be un-PC. Ian's the kind of guy who his slogan is nigger faggot. And I'm not going to get in trouble because I'm just quoting him.
Right.
But like, how do you break that down for me? Like, how
Well,
is that?
okay, well, just I don't make them myself. I just, I can get away with it because someone else said it, right?
Right.
Well,
who said nigger faggot?
An unfortunate gentleman whose Kickstarter I made fun of.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
So it's almost like you're not even the racist. You're just like, this guy happened to say it, and I'm just living his memory.
He's making a vlog.
That
directed-
see, and that's like why it's even more like you're missing the point, because Ethan is saying it because Idub said it, but he doesn't even know that Idub said it because somebody else is saying it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're just saying it because some other white guy said it. That doesn't make it better at all. Like, you know what I mean? That is like completely missing the point. Well, you said it, so that makes it okay for me to, because I'm just quoting you.
Toward me, and he opens it up with something like, "You motherfucking nigger fag."
Oh.
No way.
Well, AB, why did you put this in your video too? Come on, guys. I know the time period, but...
Ethan, why'd you do this? Because it's a hot topic, and you want the public to know that your views are rock solid. Do you know why I know this? It's because you're a
This whole stream is going to become age restricted, I can already tell. So fucking sad.
disingenuous, opportunistic person who is not afraid to ride the wave of hate, so long as it stays away from you.
Doesn't that kind of contradict the first chapter as well? Because that situation with Levy put Ethan right in the middle of the controversy with one of the biggest commentary channels on the internet.
Ethan's goal in this was not to stop Leafy from bullying kids. It was to stir the pot, to get some drama going, to come out as the hero.
If he truly wanted to stay away, that was very stupid of him.
You got called out for this one, big time, because people saw you got a little too cocky. You got a little too confident.
H3H3 uploaded this podcast to YouTube, and it has over 28,000 dislikes on his most recent podcast. Almost more dislikes than likes on this thing. They think that Ethan, H3H3, is being a hypocrite because on his podcast, he said the N-word too.
We can be friends and you can still criticize me. Yeah. But you have Keemstar and Scares.
Don't say it again.
We're like, H3's a hypocrite.
Don't.
Because he said...
Don't. Stop it. AB, this is your fault.
There are got to be better people out here to advise you on that.
Time to have a mental breakdown on live stream.
I gotta try and time it right. I need a button, though, for sure.
Oh, Ethan's a hypocrite. Fuck off. That unsubscribe button is right down there. Click it and go subscribe to Keemstar, hit that bell, and enjoy the ride. And in 3 years, when you grow up, come back here because I'll be waiting.
This is probably why AB took down the video, was because of those clips.
H3 HG production has always been about logical. We break it down and we think about it.
Like I said before, this was in response to all the hate he was getting on the previous video. I think he didn't expect so many people to not understand the difference in context between when he said it and when PewDiePie said that word. So I'm sure he was frustrated. And I wouldn't say it's a mental breakdown. I would say that that's some real shit. That was some real emotion. He wasn't politicking. He was pissed off and he was hanging out with people and he had a few drinks and he just gave his opinion. That's why people love him. It's real. That's what the podcast is. We're not watching it. It's not a political podcast. We're not watching Ben Shapiro. We're watching Ethan Klein, the guy who fucking points his double chins. He's very adamant showing off his double chins and his fucking stomach fat. We're not watching Ethan for political stuff. If he wants to give his take on political stuff, that's fine. A bunch of my friends, when we sit around and talk, we talk about politics. We know what the fuck we're talking about. That's why people love him. The podcast is just hanging out, chilling with the boys, chilling with your homies. We're not watching him to learn shit about fucking politics. There's a lot of shit he says that is wrong. I agree, but that's okay. I don't hate him for it. I say a lot of shit that's wrong. I would understand if he's a political commentator, because those political commentators, they say one wrong thing and they're called out. Their validity is of anything that they say after is pretty much questioned. That's why that's a rough game, politics. Ethan's no politician. He gives his take on things. Well, if he's not a politician, then he shouldn't say anything. That's just stupid, dude. That's just stupid. That's just leaving power in the higher ups. It's okay to talk about things being wrong because that...
You're right. I could just mute the video for a few seconds. You're so smart. Thank you.
At least opens up some dialogue about it.
I actually just didn't think, I literally did not think about that at all. I keep trying to skip ahead and that's not working, especially on this site. So I'm going to try and time that out right if I can.
Disagree with Casey?
without hating him.
Let's hope there's no more
and that's
slurs.
kind of the center of what I'm talking about here, is that we need to be able to discuss things without everybody losing their fucking mind and hating each other.
And then pretty much Keemstar carries on the rest of this point, and Keemstar gives his whole little Twitter rant where he does voices and goes like this and acts very feminine.
Am I saying that you're being a hypocrite? No, I am not. I am saying that people are mad at you and they're disliking your podcast because they are claiming that you are a hypocrite. I call myself a news source because I report the news, and this is the news. People are calling you a hypocrite.
This is a fucking nearly 40-year-old man who thrives on making videos about Jake Paul.
Oh my god, bro. Dude, this is your channel, dude. Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul.
Let me actually slow it down for you. Let me actually compare the amount of Jake Paul videos on one channel to the other.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all, folks.
Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul, Jake Paul.
Oh, wow. Hey, at the time, Jake Paul was on a tear. You think this is copyrighted music? Probably. It's the real blue Deadpool. AB Starkiller, there he is again.
Guys, what do? Blame somebody else. Basically, you said anybody criticizing you and calling you a hypocrite is a 12-year-old. So you could delegitimize anybody's argument. Oh, they're just little kids. I'm right and they're wrong because they're little kids. And then you try to manipulate even more by saying, the only reason why I'm getting hate is because Scarce and Keemstar. And then you use a Leafy line. Keemstar's just a 40-year-old who makes Jake Paul videos.
If you guys watched my previous video, I made a point about the cunt laugh. I will tell you this, Keemstar is the king of the cunt laugh. He is the pioneer, he is the original cunt laugh. Like, this guy should have trademarked it a long time ago.
Maybe that's also why. You just can't... Come on, AB.
Because, whew, this guy loves using that cunty laugh.
Keep using bad words. Stop it.
Apologize. Admit that you're wrong. But you guys won't do that, will you? Because you're better than everyone else. You're never wrong.
Let Uncle Starkiller give you another lesson. Let me give you another life lesson right here. Anytime someone says, oh, you think you're better than me? They're probably a fucking idiot. It's a very insecure statement to make, and it's made by a lot of stupid people. I think Family Guy actually talked about one of the episodes.
What do you think, you're better than me? By the way, a huge part of being an idiot is constantly accusing people of thinking they're better than you.
To clarify and make very clear the point I'm trying to make here. Ethan, the issue here was not that what you were saying was wrong. It's that you were the wrong person to be saying it. You emphasize heavily that he was live streaming when he said it, and that he sounded like he was very comfortable using it. And then there's footage, man, of you being super comfortable saying it on a live stream multiple times.
Context matters.
Like, you had to have forgotten that clip existed. Otherwise, you'd be a complete idiot for saying that at all.
It doesn't matter the context that you say it in, it's still racist.
It doesn't matter the context you say it in, it's still racist. Listen up, teachers of America. If you've ever read aloud Huckleberry Finn to your students, you've engaged in an act of racism.
Context matters.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. That's what you guys were talking about in chat. That I remember they did that, yeah. They make you read it. And again, it's for that weight of the word. And also for the flow of the book. Huckleberry Finn's a bad example, though, because it was just used wildly to talk about Huckleberry Finn's slave.
Remember how we talked about JonTron? Yeah, well, a whole 8 months after he lost his sponsorships and, you know, he was basically ridiculed off the internet, well, you had him on your podcast.
Oh, you've always been an incredibly generous and gracious friend to us.
Thanks, dude.
And I genuinely love this guy.
Thanks,
Thank
dude.
you. I know.
JonTron sounds like he's talking like this all the time. I don't know if I don't think it's intentional, but he always sounds like he's doing like a Muppet impression of something. Like a really poor Bert and Ernie or something.
It's like a cross between Bert and Ernie.
I miss you too. It's been too long. Now that I'm officially, guest number 600,005.
31.
Not that many.
Not that deep. Just kidding.
Did you see that reaction? Like, that signals to me that JonTron wasn't really welcome on the podcast until the dust had blown over completely.
First of all, that's speculation. For sake of argument, let's say it is true. I think it's smart on both ends for each.
Yeah, I was hovering over the mute. I was ready. I'm waiting for the next one to pop
and
off.
JonTron for them to wait until the dust blows over. You don't want to come on the podcast right away and be like, no, I'm innocent. Well, it's still fresh because people are still going to fucking hate JonTron. And they're going to hate Ethan as well for defending him immediately after. You let people settle. You let some time pass. This is no new tactic. Anytime there's any PR scandal with any celebrity, they wait a good amount of time, maybe a year, maybe they go to rehab, whatever it is. They come out and then they address the situation, in which Ethan provided JonTron a platform to give his response. If JonTron would have came back too soon, he would have just been eaten alive. It would not have been good for his career.
You had an infamous debate.
Holy shit! So after 8.5 months...
It is funny, too, that, like, this is, again, a clear connection to Destiny. That, ooh, we have a title and a thumbnail.
Big Nick has been possessed by Mephistopheles.
Real. That one got me. I'm in danger! They both... Ethan's got that heavy AI upscaling again. It gave him really weird nose wrinkles this time. It fucked up his mustache and gave him a herpy again. Just one nice big fat herpy right in the middle of his lips. Great job on the AI. I'll snark as much as I want about the thumbnails. That's as far as my snarking will ever go.
Months, and after everybody's basically forgot about it, now you give JonTron a platform to defend himself? Well, I mean, you know, if you and John agreed to do this beforehand for him to discuss it, then that makes sense. That's fine.
It happened. How long ago was that now?
I don't keep track.
Ooh, I forgot about the poll. Thank you for reminding me.
A year or so.
I don't remember. Wow, has it been that long?
Yeah, like 9 months or something.
So this is one of the tactics in this video that I didn't like. Whenever you're showing clips...
We've just started literally like... Oh yeah, it's starting at 1 anyways. They moved it to 1. God damn it. Are we actually going to start at 1 now? I'm telling you, if they keep pushing it back like this, Ethan's always going to start at like... We're going to end up coming in at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Like, come on. Come on, guys. So the poll's fine. I can still put it up. I'm going to put early or late, and remember that this is for 30 minutes in the future, 25 minutes in the future. Is it going to start on time or early?
To the podcast, it's cut in a very misleading way to better serve your narrative, and a lot of times it's taken out of context, which is easy to do because you get the one shot of the guest, then you get the one shot of Ethan, and as long as they're not talking at the same time, it's very easy to cut.
Speak, King.
Them in a weird, misleading way, and you do that a lot, man. You do that a lot in the JonTron podcast. You do it a lot in the Jimmy Lee podcast. Here are just some examples.
So if you're uncomfortable with anything, like, you don't have to comment at all. Like,
I don't really want to get into this. It's a minefield of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything I said and say and qualify it or anything.
You don't have to comment at all. Like, I know you've moved past it, and it was a really hard time for you.
Yeah, I'm sure people want to know about this, so I just get it out of the way because I haven't talked about it since then.
Now, this part right here, I think, clearly shows how you were trying to put your own spin on the podcast. I mean, look at this. Look how it's portrayed in Gokanaru's video, and look at the actual podcast. You neglect to mention that Ethan asked JonTron if he wants to discuss the situation.
So if you're uncomfortable.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's sensitive society thumbnail. That ain't it.
Breaking news.
That ain't it, bro. Sorry, doing my hacker man stuff to get the full image. Who are these people? Who are these people? Never seen them before in my life.
comfortable with anything. Like, you don't have to comment at all. Like,
I don't really want to get into this. It's a minefield of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything I said and say and qualify it.
You're uncomfortable with anything. Like, you don't have to comment at all. Like, I know you've moved past it, and it was a really hard time for you.
Yeah, I'm sure people want to know about this, so I just get it out of the way.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? 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 I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
Let me just say for the record, like, that I disagree with a lot of the stuff you said.
I really don't want to get into this. I would like to move on as quickly as possible.
Alex defending the workplace he visited because he the stream's starting at 10 p.m. for me, so true. I always forget about the international viewers. Hello. But Starkill is magnum opus. This is
because I just really don't want to get into this.
For the record, like, that I disagree with a lot of the stuff.
I am a little confused as to what he's trying to showcase here, because it looks like he just kind of cut out a few lines that were kind of unnecessary.
You know, but I still think, like, it's if you genuinely feel a certain way, or some people genuinely feel a certain way, the correct way to deal with it is not to, like,
if Ethan is so evil, why is there a need to manipulate the conversation? I don't know. I kind of agreed with him, with Gokanaru on this point, that I think that he thought of it as, I'm talking to my friend, so I don't want to push back too hard and come off as abrasive against my friend. Yeah. But honestly, your friends are the people that you should be able to be, like, you should be able to push back against without coming off as abrasive. It shouldn't come off as, like, aggressive or antagonistic if all you're doing is criticizing something that you genuinely stand behind and believe in. And that's how you come to a middle ground. That's how you find concessions on either one of your sides. I'm not going to have any concessions for any race realism or anything like that. I don't have the place in my brain for it because it's just abject to modern science.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that.
We should be able to fucking talk about it. Like, even if I strongly disagree, and even if I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. But I think that we should still be able to talk about it. I mean, I don't know. It's so tricky. Like,
it's tricky. By the way, I'm a I just want to make people laugh. That's really. I'm not trying to get back into this. I just treat people with the same respect they give me at the end. I just want to make people laugh. That's really. I'm not trying to get back into this. But people always ask me this. I just put it to bed. I treat my answer really. I just treat people with the same respect they give me at the end.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost? The day of redemption is at hand!
AB's a real movie buff, huh?
Repent! And thou shalt be saved.
I'm just more interested in, like, the journey you had of like you went through it. It was something that sucked, obviously, and a lot of times passed, and like you feel like you've learned a lot from it, or you're in a better place.
You're making fun of Ethan's hands, but no, dude, he has Tourette's. He addresses it, and I think it's clear to see. You know, you say you watch a lot of the podcasts, you could see him playing with his hands a lot. It's part of his Tourette's. My cousin has Tourette's, same thing. He plays with his hands a lot. If you're so adamant on calling someone out, you're so critical, like someone has made you so mad that you want to make a video about them, you're entitled to that. But if you're going to be so critical of others, you need to be as critical of yourself in the same way. Like making fun of someone's Tourette's or Ela for not speaking good English, like that's just bullying, man. Keep it to the facts. I mean, what do you want from Ethan? Do you want him to say, I stand with you no matter what? What is he, fucking Optimus Prime? He told JonTron to his face, as a man, I disagree with a bunch of the shit you said. That's respectable. You want people like that. You don't want a fucking yes man who just say, yes, you're right, you're right, you're right. Then you end up becoming one of them Jake Paul, Logan Paul motherfuckers who thinks they're God's gift because you don't have anyone correcting you. They think they could sing and shit because everyone's like, oh yeah, no, yeah. They're surrounded by all these people.
Yeah, he's just an Ace Ventura buff. He's big into the Ace Ventura franchise.
Well, anyways, go on a tangent now. Let me just regress. At the end of the day, I think this is a good lesson that Ethan has explained to the audience. It's okay for you to disagree with someone and still be friends with them. You're never going to agree with someone 100% on everything, obviously. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have a dialogue.
When I saw this podcast, it made me realize that Ethan is the Iago of YouTube. He isn't...
It's funny, because is Iago from Othello? Is that what it is? Iago Othello? right? Yeah, it's an Othello. He looks like he just got out of high school and probably just read Othello, and that's why he's bringing it up. I just find that to be such like a random reference to make. Like, I know Othello's popular Shakespeare, but like, come on.
Friends with you unless he has something to gain.
Ethan is the
Honestly, he might still have been in high school at that point.
Iago of YouTube. I commend you on your knowledge of Shakespearean literature. Don't know how to go about this point. I think this is more just an excuse to show that you're educated. Iago, the youngster.
You know, maybe he's friends like Leafy friends, you know? Like that kind of friendship.
This video still stands the test of time with its Ace Ventura little tidbits, little scenes. Come on. John Woo's The Killer got announced to be released in 4K UHD on Blu-ray. Now this is epic. My dumbass can only picture Iago, the parrot from Aladdin. That's what he's talking about. You're the Iago. And it's just Gilbert Godfrey. Come on. AB, what did you do? AB, no. What do we think this is going to be about? Big Nick was possessed by Mephistopheles. What is Mephistopheles? Mephistopheles. Oh, damn it. Even when it's not the live stream, it's going to start once I get on a tangent. Every single time.
Stop harassing me, dude. Because he's opportunistic by nature. I don't even know that I should blame him, but I will, because he is. I mean, I genuinely don't think he has ever collabed with a smaller YouTuber. You know, take that how you will. He has no obligation to, but it says something, considering how many friends he has in the community. But sure, he'll have John on the podcast after not talking to him for 8 months. But we all know why that is, because he wanted the fresh scoop. He wanted the juicy details. He wanted JonTron to explain to everybody how he got those fucked up ideas in his head.
I think more of what Ethan was trying to do, because I think this is what I would do if it was my friend in the situation. I would want him to try to explain more of the background of what he was trying to convey, because obviously it came out wrong. If I knew my friend for so many years and I didn't think he was racist, I'd be like, okay, could you give more, give us some more context where these ideas were coming from? I don't think he was trying to crucify him. He just claimed in the podcast himself that him and JonTron are friends. So it wouldn't do him any good to make him look worse.
Anytime Ethan feels he's superior to a guest, he makes it blatantly obvious. One of the worst occasions of this is the episode with Jimmy Lee.
Oh, the Jimmy Lee part of this. I love this part. It's almost comedic how you portray Jimmy Lee.
Even back then, AB hated Jimmy Lee.
This whole segment, you make Jimmy Lee. Oh my god, I'm not even doing a bit right now, guys. I just realized, am I doing the cunty laugh? I need to move on, so for sake of argument, let's just say that wasn't a cunty laugh, that was a sincere laugh. Because a cunty laugh is more, okay, no, I'm good.
Stop saying it.
It doesn't even, it's like talking while you're laughing, that's what it is, you know, like very fake, just laughing just to act superior. Like, I was sincerely laughing because the Jimmy Lee thing was some funny shit, man. Because the whole narrative of this segment is that it makes it look like Jimmy Lee is this poor old man that Ethan's bullying. It's mind-blowing because Jimmy Lee is such a racist, rude, psychotic man.
Now, I'm going to try and make this brief, but if you do watch this podcast episode, it is insane the amount of disrespect that Ethan displays for this
Jimothy
man.
Wiener.
He opens the podcast by basically bashing him and discrediting him as a comedian.
His comedy style is essentially...
Have we thought that his name is really Jimmy Wiener? His name is Wiener, if we think about it.
The roasting people he's never met before. The guy's a legend, so... And Jimmy, he's a legend.
Then after...
See, we knew Jimmy Lee could never be funny as soon as you learn that his name is James Wiener and he wants to be a comedian but decided to go by the name Jimmy Lee. It's because he thinks he's like Andrew Dice Clay mixed with Don Rickles. and he's quite literally neither.
If you're talking shit about him, he
You
welcomes
ain't the
him onto
dice
the
man.
podcast.
Jimmy Lee, welcome, the legend.
The guest actually reveals himself to be kind of, you know, a decent guy.
Jimmy Lee is not a decent guy. Maybe deep down he is, but if you're able to scratch at Ethan for such little things, he's done little mistakes. Have you seen any of Jimmy's videos? Like, did you see? Look how he makes fun of these poor girls for being fat. Like, this is fucked up shit, man.
Guess what? You guys, it's Jimmy Lee, the Jersey Outlaw. I got the 8th wonder of the world over here and the 9th wonder of the world. Tell them your name.
Nicole.
Nicole?
Shalimar.
Shalimar just got her own zip code 2 weeks ago.
So, like, you're basically just, like, making, like, brutal fat jokes. You seem to be very focused on race, like, when you do your bits.
Well, I was a marathon runner, and that's part of that.
This is interesting. So this seems like this is obviously a different time. Does Jimmy Lee have like an adult filmer with him that isn't just some teenager he hired with McDonald's?
Yeah, why?
You said I was focused on race,
Right.
and it's because I was a marathon runner.
Right.
Right there in this clip, just to give you another example, because you edited this footage, so you've had to see it. You can see Ethan playing.
Oh, that is a decent theory, Alex. Jimmy has an Asian fetish, so having Lee in his name, he thought it would attract more Asian women. That is a possibility. I could totally see that being true because he definitely has an Asian fetish. He definitely fetishizes Asian women for some reason.
With his hands as well.
Is it racist to refer to black people as blacks?
Yes.
So Ethan's clearly just looking for reasons to not like this guy.
It's not like he's making it too difficult. Gotta be honest. So you're just calling... So what if he calls black people blacks? I'll never forget my biggest gripe... I guess it's not my biggest gripe, but one of my biggest gripes with in my Charlie Kirk video was I point out when Charlie Kirk had called black children the blacks and then referred to white children as white children in the same sentence. It was pretty crazy. And I think that it's like a level of underlying racism, like this. Yeah, you know, it's the real racism that you don't hear about, that sits on somebody's heart, that just comes out one day when they're not even trying to. It's a poor customer in debt who's filming for him. I could totally believe that. Damn it, I think it started playing and then I skipped ahead and made it worse. Come on. I'm telling you, it's the site. The site hates me. Here, I'll read about we'll keep on slowly reading about Mephistopheles while it tries to load. Around the 15th to 17th century in Europe, the age of witchcraft waned and the devil became more of a fixture in literature until the later 18th century. Once the idea of Satan's metaphysical existence seemed less pressing, he became a symbol in literature representing evil characters, evil meanings, corruption, etc. Sometimes authors had a more sympathetic depiction of Satan, which...
How's that ankle bracelet doing? Good? Oh, man. Don't worry about it. Spanish guy?
Oh. Which would later be called the Romantic Devil. Those who believed in pantheistic mysticism, the belief that in individual experience is a mystical union with the divine, believing that God and the universe are one, often held that the angels fell from heaven because they loved beauty and wanted to have heaven for themselves. The idea led to the work Faust by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, in which Goethe created his version of the devil, Mephistopheles. Goethe's Mephistopheles has been highly influential. So it's from Faust, interestingly enough. The Devil versus Mephistopheles, or Mephistopheles, or Mephisto. The Enlightenment and Romantic eras in Europe increased the variety of use. We're back. Jimmy Lee being racist again.
I took a guess. How long you been black? You're all right. Oh, look at the size of this last one.
I'm half white.
She went into the 7-Eleven. She didn't leave till 6:10. You're a big girl.
Thank you.
She was on the corner. The cops went told her to break it up. She's a big girl. Yeah, what do you weigh, hon?
Ethan's not just bullying some old man. He's not some fucking sadistic fuck as it's portrayed often in this video. Trust me, Jimmy was not bullied. He loved this shit. He loved this podcast. It just boosted his career. He posted the video himself at the podcast, his own footage from the podcast on his own channel.
And oh my god, did you see that? Look at this. My god, Ethan. So we just got a good look at the Google Doc he uses to question this guy. And wouldn't you know it, it outlines every single question he asks.
There's a fucking Google Doc of Ethan's Are you fucking... Oh
it's an interview.
God. Oh my god. Dude.
It ain't off the cuff.
Ethan uses a Google Doc for his questions? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm kidding. So what, dude? He uses a Google Doc. What the fuck you want? You think? What is he, a master fucking... Here's a photographic memory? What does it matter? He's using Google Doc. I hope he's using Google Doc. You know, at different points you critique him for being a shitty podcast host, but then at this point you're saying, oh my god, he uses a script. He has his questions written down. So what? The fuck? You didn't take any notes when you made your video? God damn, I did the cut and laugh again.
And wouldn't you know it, it outlines every single question he asks.
For me, and I got a big outfit. And
so you're a successful dentist. What is your passion? Is it comedy or dentistry?
Well, I wasn't doing this for money. I'm not making money doing it. It's a passion from here.
So your passion, is it comedy or dentistry?
Well, I wasn't doing this for money. I'm not making money doing it. It's a passion from here. So I have one dream left, you know. I've made...
Gokanaru cuts out Jimmy basically stating that his life is good, he is already successful, and what he wants now is fame. I don't see why fame or money should be either of the motives to becoming a comedian or a celebrity. Your motives to becoming a comedian or like an actor or something is because you feel like you have something to present, not just because you want people looking at you. That is just like plain narcissism.
Made enough money. I have a big company. I have a wonderful family. I've been with my wife 30 years. 2 kids. My last, I've traveled all over. My last thing, Ethan, I want to do is just get famous and known.
They're having a normal conversation. The guy just seems too human, right? So Ethan has to dehumanize him by doing this.
That's exactly what happened. It was actually, Ethan, a fluke.
So, would you want to roast one of us?
This guy seems too human and Ethan's trying to dehumanize him. If anything, I think Ethan's making him more of a human. Ethan's acknowledging him as a human, rather than most people would be like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Saying he's a legend and all stuff is just a nice, you know, Ethan's just being nice. What do you want to say? He's a fucking nutty?
Comedian, right?
Yeah, but all of a sudden, we're having this serious thing, and now I got to go into Jimmy Lee mode.
Let's do it.
All right, so who am I roasting? Am I roasting?
You can start with me.
You want me to start with you?
Take it, Elon, poor Elon. Yeah, I can take it.
Well,
okay, this is a dance monkey dance situation. For those of you who don't know what that means, when you say dance monkey dance, it basically describes the desire of one person to have another person.
I will say, as a comedian, I mean, I'm not a comedian, but I've heard that as a comedian, the worst question you can get is, tell me a joke. Come on, lay it on me. As a comedian myself, I can tell you, the worst question to get is, tell me a joke. What's your best joke? It's the worst request you can be given.
Person perform a trick for their entertainment. It's generally...
Showing us the Dance Monkey Dance Wikipedia page.
Really demeaning,
Deep
and
stuff.
the person asked to perform the trick is usually devalued for satisfying the request.
Ethan is causing a dance monkey dance situation. I'm glad you brought this up because actually I'm going to come back to this. I just want you to remember his point that he made about Ethan wanting Jimmy Lee to dance monkey dance.
Now in this situation, Jimmy is being very fucking nice to Ethan.
Thanks, Kate. I wasn't wearing the nose for the first little bit, and I think it didn't pull the costume all together.
He goes through with it. He tries his best to be funny on the spot in front of all these viewers. But Ethan doesn't want him to be funny. He just wants to demean the guy. So after so long of the guy trying his best to be funny, he actually kind of succeeds.
Jimmy Lee kind of succeeds at this roast section? How so? How does he succeed? By saying that he's Ethan's real dad and that Ethan's real mom is black and they had a lot of skin treatments on him when he was a kid? Or was it the Jewish joke that he made?
The difference between a Jew and a canoe, and he said, what is the difference between a Jew and a canoe? I said, a canoe tips.
How did he kind of succeed in that roast? I don't know, maybe me and you have a different sense of humor. We definitely have a different sense of humor, I can tell you based on the skits. I said I wasn't going to attack anything personally. Skits are great. Love skits.
And I'm dead serious. Like, this is uploaded to their channel. It's still there. You should.
You said, oh shit, there early, and I thought you meant the podcast started. Oh, they are. They are early. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. If you think I should finish this off, let me know in the chat and in the comments down below. I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. Remember to like and subscribe, too, if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as other streams. We're going to be doing other streams over this weekend, talking about creepypastas and other spooky, scary stuff. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. This is Captain Quasar signing off. I can finally get out of this pig outfit. Ugh. My Charlie Kirk video is called Internet Audit. Charlie Kirk. Internet Audit Charlie Kirk Weaponizing God, Guilt, and Gotchas. It's an hour and 14 minutes. If you're interested, go check that out too. It's a great video on my channel. It should be the newest video that's on my channel if you go look. Not in the live section, in the actual video section. It's a VOD on demand. That's the truth.